Welcome to another edition of Pharaoh Talk. I'm your host, Chosen Blakey. If you don't do so already, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Fantasy Pharaohs. You don't want to miss our great sports betting content. Follow me on Twitter at C_F Pharaoh for all your betting needs. I cover every major sport and college affiliate, so you don't want to miss that. College football week 3 is here. Last week, we went 4 or 5-0 or 6-0, whatever the case may be, to bring our whole grand total of college football season of 14-0. I haven't missed a game yet, which is 7 games spread and money line. We actually hit on a parlay on the Circa in Las Vegas of Penn State, Michigan State, Mississippi State, Clemson, and Oklahoma. So feeling really good about this week. I know yesterday Buffalo Bills played LA, and I didn't bet that game, but I did like Buffalo in that game. You can see that on my Twitter. I reached out to somebody that asked me a question about the Buffalo Bills game, and I also took them on the CBS free pick'em each week. Buffalo, I think -2.5. So, unfortunate for people who took LA, but Buffalo had the better data in regards to that game. But before we get started, I want to make sure you guys sign up for Underdog Fantasy. Use our promo code, all capital letters, ASTRO, Astro. Now, the Best Ball Mania is done, but you can still do the weekly over-unders that they have. It's very easy to do. You're gonna choose whatever sport you want to do, choose what players, and you choose the stats over-under for yards, over-under for touchdowns, passing yards, interceptions, sacks, stuff like that. It's very simple, very easy. Make sure you sign up at Underdog Fantasy. Use our promo code, all capital letters, Astro, and get your first $100 matched. All right. College football week 3 is here, and we do have some games today with Boise State. Boise State's a top game for me on the money line. 11-1 versus New Mexico. 5-game win streak. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games against New Mexico. 5-0 at New Mexico. They've never lost, and they've covered 2 road games in a row as a favorite. Last time I checked, the spread is 16.5, close to 17. Boise State is a top game for me. You can comfortably take the money line and hedge the bet a little bit by betting less on the spread, but take Boise State there. Ball State. It's the first game on Saturday that I like, plus 6.5. They've won 2 home games in a row against Western Michigan. They've won the last 3 out of 4. 3-2 ATS at home versus Western Michigan. Ball State plays tough at home versus Western Michigan. You're getting plus 6.5, plus 7. You're going to take the underdog here as far as the spread. As far as the money line, you want to hedge that bet a little slight, but feel comfortable taking the spread in that game. Navy is a top spread game for me this week. 3-0 ATS at home versus Memphis all time. They've never lost by 6 points at home versus Memphis. And Memphis overall in the last 7 games versus Navy is 2-5 ATS. Comfortably bet the spread here for Navy, and on the money line, you want to hedge that bet again. What I mean by hedge is if you bet $30 on the spread for Navy, take the money line at like $15 just in case they cover and not win that game. Iowa, top game for money line spread, -3.5. Iowa State is 1-4-1 ATS in their last 6 against Iowa, 0-6 straight up in their last 6 games against Iowa. Iowa's covered the last 2 home games in a row as a home favorite, 6-game win streak. That speaks for itself. Take Iowa here at -3.5. Texas Tech versus Houston. They've won 4 games in a row, 6 out the last 7. Have won 3 home games in a row. 3-0 ATS at home. Houston is 1-4 ATS in their last 5 against Texas Tech. Same type of game as Iowa. You're taking Texas Tech here. You're not looking back. -3, by the way. West Virginia. Now, this is a very interesting game here because on the money line, I love it. They're 10-1 versus Kansas all time. 5-0 versus Kansas at home. Now, Kansas has covered a lot of their spreads, big spreads, -20, -30, that West Virginia has been favored by. But in this particular game here, West Virginia is favored by 13. They've never been favored by this small amount before. And West Virginia has beaten Kansas by 13 points or more every time they played at home. So this is one of those games where you're taking West Virginia on the money line easy, but you're also hedging slightly. You take the spread just off the fact that West Virginia has beaten Kansas by 13 more points every single home game. But if you want to throw some money on Kansas spread because they've covered, it's not a bad bet. But I would still feel comfortable betting West Virginia spread here and definitely dropping some money on the money line. East Carolina and Old Dominion is a very weird game. East Carolina is 3-0 versus Old Dominion 2-0 at home. But Old Dominion has covered every game they've played at East Carolina. So you can take East Carolina money line here and then take Old Dominion spread if you want. Both those games I have very solid. So don't feel scared taking those games. Florida, -4.5. I think it's gone up to 5.5 now. Kentucky is 1-12 in their last 13 games playing on the road against Florida. 2-18 in their last 20 games against Florida. So here's the weird thing about this game. Florida blew them out the last time they played at home. In the game before that, I think they lost by 7 at home. More often than not, Florida has been smashing on Kentucky. So I take that last loss, not the last game at home, but the loss before that, as an anomaly. You're going to bet Florida Hill comfortably. You're going to take the money line, the spread, and that's just what you're going to do. Florida usually dominates Kentucky, so we're going off of that. Toledo, another solid game, undefeated at home versus Massachusetts. Money line here, if it's available, it might not be, but take the money line. And you can hedge a little bit by putting a little bit of money on the spread here. Auburn, 2-0 at home versus San Jose State. Money line is a solid bet. Spread is okay, but still, usually the team that wins covers in football, especially college football. You're going to take Auburn spread here, but not a top bet for me, but still, take it if you like. Fresno State is my best game by far. It's a pick 'em. They are 6-0 all time at home versus Oregon State. They have never lost. So I'm taking Fresno State here, easy. It's a pick 'em game, so it's just who wins. I think some lines have it at a half a point, but you can't cover a half a point. So you're taking Fresno State. Don't let the line make you nervous. They're 6-0 all time at home versus Oregon State. If they decide to lose that game, they decide to lose. But the data and history is on your side. You take Fresno State here. So just to recap, my top picks are Boise State money line, Navy spread, West Virginia money line, Toledo money line, and Fresno State money line or spread, depending upon where you're getting it at in terms of your sports book. Right underneath those bets, we're taking Texas Tech, Iowa, Ball State, both money line. Florida money line and spread for all three of those games. So Florida, Texas Tech, Iowa money line and spread are right underneath, and Ball State are right underneath West Virginia money line, Navy spread, Boise State money line, and Fresno State money line. So guys, again, you can find these picks daily. I will post them on my Twitter. You can find my stats on Betting Pros or Tally site. But I will be posting games right before the deadline because I'm in competitive contests. I don't want to give my opponents a leg up on me. But Thursday games, Friday games, will be posted today, and the podcast will be dropped, of course, where you listen to the podcast. So make sure, again, just to recap one more last time, top games, these are fives for me. Fresno State money line and spread, West Virginia money line, Navy spread, Boise State money line. Right underneath those fives, I have 4.8s. Ball State spread, Iowa money line and spread, Texas Tech money line and spread, Florida money line and spread. Feel comfortable taking all the fives in the parlay and then mixing them in with the 4.8s. You'd be surprised at what your money will look like on the college football. Now, when NFL podcast drops tomorrow, I will give you what you call a super leg, a combined games of Florida, of college football and NFL. So be on the lookout for that. Guys, thank you for watching. If you had Stephon Diggs or Cooper Kupp last night, you're feeling pretty good. If you had Allen Robinson or Cam Akers or Matthew Stafford, you're not feeling all so great, but hey, it's just one game. The rest of the games are played on Sunday. So guys, good luck in your fantasy games going forward, and good luck on your sports betting picks. This is Chosen. Thanks for watching.